Our next story is about US President Donald Trump and, well, Coca-Cola. Trump isn't just shaking up politics, he now wants to shake up what goes inside your Coke. He says Coca-Cola should use real cane sugar in its American drinks. He claims he's convinced that the beverage giant to make the switch is just better. That's what Trump says. Now, for some Americans, this might sound like great news, a sweeter, more natural Coke like Mexican Coke that many swear just tastes better. But for others, this news is not so great. If you wonder why, because this change in Coca-Cola recipe for the US market could end up isolating a major part of the water base, the corn belt of America's Midwest. Let me explain it to you in the next few minutes. Now, Coca-Cola currently uses high fructose corn syrup or HFCS in its drinks in the US. It is a sweetener made from corn that is cheaper, sweeter and more shelf-stable than cane sugar. But just across the border in Mexico, Coke uses cane sugar, which is often marketed and considered as tasting more natural. Following Trump's announcement on the recipe change on his Truth Social platform, the beverage giant responded, let's just say, cautiously. That's how Coca-Cola has responded, and I'm quoting it here. We appreciate President Trump's enthusiasm for our iconic Coca-Cola brand. More details on new innovative offerings within our Coca-Cola range will be shared soon, unquote. The company has not confirmed whether it plans to fully switch all US manufacturing to cane sugar. More details are expected in its earnings report on July 22nd. But if it happens, it's a change that many say could hit corn farmers in the US. And that is at the heart of his Midwest voter stronghold. Already, Trump's announcement has rattled parts of the corn industry. Shares of Archer Daniels Midland, a major corn syrup manufacturer, fell more than 5% in pre-market trading. Coca-Cola shares, meanwhile, remained virtually unchanged. Now, cane sugar manufacturing in the US accounts for only 30% of the nation's sugar supply. The rest, it comes from sugar beets and imports on the other hand. Now, corn syrup became dominant as a sweetener in the US because in the 1970s, US corn subsidies increased, leading to a dramatic rise in the manufacturing and use of high fructose corn syrup, HFCS. With sugar prices climbing due to import tariffs, high fructose corn syrup became the cheaper sweetener for food and beverage companies. High fructose corn syrup manufacturing also supports millions in farm income as well as manufacturing jobs. This is especially across what is called the Corn Belt, states like Iowa, Illinois and Nebraska states that from the backbone of Trump's voter base. They're the backbone of Trump's voter base. But the Corn Refineries Association has warned that replacing corn syrup with cane sugar would, number one, cost thousands of American food manufacturing jobs. Number two, depress farm income for US corn growers. And thirdly, increase dependence on imported sugar. Corn Refineries Association President John Board has already questioned the move, saying it does not make sense because the US president has publicly supported US farmers and further pushed for domestic manufacturing. There's yet another layer of politics to this. In the US, corn manufacturers are concentrated in the Midwest, a region that has long wielded major influence over lawmakers in Washington. Also, Trump's home state of Florida is the country's top sugarcane manufacturer. Ironically, Trump's personal favorite beverage is Diet Coke, and it will perhaps not get affected by the switch. Diet Coke uses aspartame, which is an artificial sweetener unrelated to this cane sugar versus corn syrup debate. So, the question is this just a branding push, a political gamble, or does Trump genuinely want Americans to have a better Coca-Cola drinking experience? We may never know his true motivation, but one thing is clear. It's a decision that could end up hurting the very farmers who helped elect him. The real answer will come only if Coca-Cola decides to switch its entire sweetener supply.